Hey, I'm Nick Porter.
And I'm Jay Locklair, and we're really here to talk to you today about whatever your friends brought you here for a reason, guys. They haven't just brought you here just for no reason at all. Okay, that made no sense. Your friends brought you here because they think you're either be good at this thing right here that you're about to hear about, or you think that you really need it. And one of the two, like, everybody really needs this in their life. Okay, so. Get excited because what you're about to hear about is an amazing thing to hear about. Okay, but I'm going to go over my quick story real fast, and then I'll give it over to this guy to talk about exactly what we do. Like I said, my name's Jay Locklear. Right now, I'm 21 years old, full-time student. I was working full-time as well. And this guy, he followed me on Twitter one day, and he had 1,000 followers and only followed 100. So I was like, oh, he must be cool. So I followed him back, and it turns out he actually was pretty cool. So I was like, there. But he started messaging me, and at first I was kind of curious. I was like, what in the world? Like, why is he messaging me? And he sent me a DM. He's like, what are you really doing with your life? Because I put a bunch of motivational quotes, and I said, well, I'm working and going to school. He said, how's that going for you? He said, it's not really going that well. At the time, I've been changing my major over and over and over. I had no really direction in my life. I had a bunch of ambition, and I really wanted to make a bunch of money in my life, and I wanted to do a lot of big things and change the world, but I had no idea how I was going to do that. So really, it makes no sense to have a destination without a way to get there. It's like getting on a plane and then saying, all right, let's go. And I'm like, oh, where are we going? I don't know. We'll just find out when we get there. That makes no sense at all. All right, well, I came to this house, okay, because he invited me to come hear about this thing at somebody's house. So I drove 45 minutes to a house I've never been to, in a town I've never been to, and I didn't know a single person there. Okay, so call me crazy, but actually, it was probably a crazy decision, but I'm glad I made it. So if you know a person that's there with you right now, or you're at least in a town that you know where you're at, then feel good. Okay, feel a little bit better than I felt. But I got there. I was kind of sketched out. My girlfriend at the time was like, "Oh my God, you're gonna get killed. You're gonna get murdered." So I took my watch off, took my sunglasses off, took my wallet out, left them in my car, and locked the door. And then I went downstairs and I had to take my shoes off. It was really awkward and weird. There was a bunch of really young kids coming up to me, going like, "Hi, what's up? How you doing, bro? What's up, man?" And I was like, "Oh God, what are these people doing?" Because I'm not used to people like coming up and introducing themselves and being happy about their life. And I was like, "Why are you guys so happy?" And he said, "Because we're alive. Like we're alive and making money and we have direction. Okay, because one of the guys in this room, his name's Chris Bognot, good friend of ours, one of our personal mentors. He's short, fat Filipino guy with a comb over, and he on Gucci from head to toe, okay? And this guy, he just told me he just retired his mom and dad. I was like, what? This guy retired his mom? What does that mean? Like, he's 24 years old, he retired his mom? It makes no sense. So I definitely wanted to hear what he had to say, So I was really, like, I was all ears, I was listening up. But before we really get into that, just kind of look at where you're at right now in your life, If you're in college and working, and you're not really, you don't really have a major, or you don't really know what you want to do with your major. You just pick the major just because you're like, everybody's like, oh, you need to get a degree. So you decide you're going to get a degree, then you really need to look for something that's a little bit different. Okay, so me personally, like I said, I changed my major over and over and over again because I had no idea where I was going. This has really given me direction in life. But just real quick, a couple statistics: 85% of students that graduate move back home with their parents after they graduate. Okay, I don't know about y'all. I'm not trying to live with mommy or daddy when I'm 30 years old. College debt's the number one debt in America. It's over $1 trillion right now. Once again, I don't know about y'all, but I'm not trying to go in debt, especially not to work somewhere that's not going to be paying me that much money. Okay, because I know at the McDonald's and Starbucks up the street, there's multiple college graduates working there. Yeah. They're hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt working as a barista. Like grown men and women working as baristas. That's a crazy thing. So 57% of students that graduate are either underemployed or unemployed. So that's what I was talking about with that. And guys, if you're really just looking for something, or if you really just don't know where you want to be in life, if you're really just feeling stuck and frustrated, then really listen up to this, okay? And if you really know where you want to be, then still listen up to this. Because what does it hurt to listen? Like, you're already here, you might as well listen and hear about it. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. That's fine. So I really just let this guy really finish it up and talk to you about what we actually do. This is my personal mentor. He's actually the guy that brought me into this business. I thank him every single day for it. I know it's hard to believe that this guy's only 18 years old, and he's come a long way. He used to work at Burger King. He's come a really long ways through this. So it's just amazing to see how people grow through this. And I'll give it up to him, Mr. Nick Porter, right here.
Well, thanks, man. Thanks. I've actually seen him grow a lot. Met him about 3 or 4 months ago, and it's crazy to see the leader that he's turned into. In the next 5 to 6 months, it's got to crack a 6-figure income, so it's cool to be sitting here with him. But I'll tell my story and how I got involved. And I was actually hanging out with some friends at McDonald's, a local McDonald's around Georgia where I live at. And one of my friends, now my friend, invited another one of my friends I was hanging out with to come check this thing out. So I was like, whatever, why not? What I got to lose. So I went and checked it out. That night, got on board, got started, got really excited. And with the guy in the front room, he kind of said something to me. And he said, like, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? And I heard that, and that kind of made me think, like, my entire life I've been taught, go to school, get good grades. Get good grades, get a high-paying job, and then from there, work really, really hard. You don't really know what happens after that. And I looked around, and I was like, I'm doing what everyone else is doing. And I was like, wait a second. I'm doing what everyone else is doing. So obviously, if I want what other people don't have, I got to do something they're not doing. So I looked at the company that we work with. We don't work for the company. We work with the company. The company we work with is Vemma. It's a health and wellness company based out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Okay, Vemma is an acronym. It stands for Vitamins, Essential Minerals, Magazine, and Aloe. Okay, Vemma opened up in 2004, so that's very, very new for a company. Okay, we have 6 different product lines, and one we focus on is Verve. Okay, Verve is a healthy energy drink. It's actually got 60 vitamins and minerals in it, 12 organic plant supplements, and everything's natural. Okay, this right here is Verve. This right here has actually been on Dr. Oz show 4 times in the last 2 years. He says this and a handful of almonds is the healthiest thing you can put into your body in one day. So Dr. Oz is the #1 recognized person in America above Justin Bieber. So obviously he's doing something right. He put us on our show. So we got that. Okay, Verve, this is another product we have. It's called Verve Bold. Okay, Verve, that one right there is the official energy drink of the Phoenix Suns. When that product actually came out a couple months after the other Verve, the Phoenix Suns actually had a blackout in their arena. Everyone dressed in black. The uniforms were all black, and it was really cool. It was a blackout. It was awesome for that product. So I saw that. I'm a huge NBA fan. There's actually a Verve night lounge in the arena that you can go to and sit and chill for free if you're a brand partner and watch the game. I saw that. I'm a huge NBA fan. So I realized, obviously, if these players can drink our products, run up and down the court, obviously I could drink it too. It's pretty healthy. It's got, like I said, it's got all the vitamins. It's got everything you need for every day. So I decided, why not try it? Why not look into this? Same guy introduced it to me. I'm making a 6-figure income, 24 years old, wearing Gucci from head to toe. I was wearing like a Walmart shirt and some Nike sweatpants. So I realized, obviously, I was doing something wrong and he was doing something right. So I decided to listen up to what he was doing. And what our company does is they actually spend no money on any billboards or advertisements or celebrities or TV ads or anything like that. They pay us, the consumers, to talk about this product by word of mouth. Okay, because you look, there's a whole network built on not watching commercials. Okay, Hulu, Spotify, Netflix. Everyone listening to this probably has 3 of them. Okay, or all 3 of them. So our company doesn't waste money on stuff we don't care about, dude. Every time I watch YouTube, 3, 2, 1, skip the video. Skip the ad every time so I can watch my video. Every time I'm watching TV and I see a commercial come on, I either change the channel or I get up and pee or I text. Well, I don't care about that stuff. If I see a billboard, I go flying right past it. Because we don't pay attention to that stuff anymore. That's not 21st century stuff. If you do 20th century things in the 21st century, you can't get 21st century results. So our company doesn't pay for that stuff. They pay us, the consumers, to talk about it by word of mouth advertising. It's the same exact concept as Facebook. Okay, Facebook got big through our generation, not through our parents, not through our grandparents. Okay, through us. Because one kid started with one kid at Harvard University and spread to 10 friends, and now 1.2 billion people have a Facebook, and it's growing rapidly every single day. That's the same thing that's happening with Vemma. It blew up in the young market. Okay, 67 kids under the age of 25 have turned this to a 6-figure income. 67 kids. I had never met someone under the age of 25 making a 6-figure income unless he was an artist, a rap artist, or a movie star. I'd never met that. So as an average person, not average, but as a normal person with no above insane like a talent, what am I going to go do to where I can make a bunch of money? So when I introduced this, it was pretty cool. Network marketing is actually the industry that we work in, okay? Network marketing is a $167 billion industry, like with a B, not an M, billion. Okay, so 167 billion. Okay, that's bigger than the NFL, the MHL, the NHL, and the MLB combined, plus the music industry, all combined. That's a huge network that you're tapping into, or a huge amount of money that you're tapping into when you hear about network marketing. Okay, you look at companies like Amway, Mary Kay, Avon, Herbalife, all doing billions and billions and billions a year. Amway does almost $1 billion a month. They do about $250 million in sales in a week. Okay. $250 million in sales a week. We did almost $250 million in 2013. $221 million in sales in 2013, 117 in 2012. That's 89% growth increase. Okay, so obviously right now is the time to get in something like this before it gets to the billions and billions and billions. Amway's 54 years old. Vemma, it was in 2004, right now, is only 9 years old. Okay, right now is the time to get in network marketing companies because if you get in it in between 100 million and a billion, you get yourself deep rooted in that time. Those are the people who make the fortunes. You look internationally, we are internationally untouched. No one knows about Vemma in Asia and Africa and Europe and all those continents over there. Whereas Amway and Avon, all those companies, everyone already knows about them. So getting in something like this now, you can make a whole bunch of money. Look at people like Donald Trump. Donald Trump got asked on live TV, if you woke up broke tomorrow with no income, what would you do? $4 billion net worth, like with a B, not an M, $4 billion net worth, Donald Trump said I would quickly find a multi-level marketing company and get to work. Okay, $4 billion net worth, or everyone my entire life told me to go get a job. So what I realized was my entire life I've been taught by people that didn't know what they were doing. And that's not to disrespect anybody, it's just the truth, because 3% of people in America own 97% of all the money. So that means 97% only own 3. So most of our moms, dads, teachers, professors, and everyone that we listen to our entire life just don't know how to make money. So you got to listen to people who know what they're doing. Jay-Z and Beyonce combined are billionaires, okay? Jay-Z called a job a journey of the broke. Okay, juggling over bills, jumping out of bed. Okay, no one wants to go do that. 98% of Americans wake up Monday through Friday to an alarm clock to sit in traffic to go to a job they hate just to pay the bills for the home they live in. That's not for me. When I heard about this, my entire life I knew I wanted to be rich. I wanted the nice cars, but I had no idea how I was going to do it. You look at this industry, so many millions, thousands upon thousands of millionaires. Network marketing is a proven industry that if you get in and you work, you can make a whole lot of money. Okay, so what our company does is they pay us 9 different ways to talk about this product. 9 different ways. I looked at my job, I was making $7.50 at Burger King, so maybe if that's where you are, working minimum wage, 10, 20 bucks an hour, whatever, you can never retire off that, so you need something different. So I needed something different. Okay, I knew at Burger King, I made money one way. One way, okay? From when I clocked in, when I clocked out. When I wasn't working, never got paid. When I was sleeping, never got paid. When I was taking care of my mom because she was sick, I never got paid. There was nothing I could do to get paid unless I was sitting there flipping burgers or working the cash register. There was nothing I could do. Okay, with this we get paid 9 different ways. One of the ways we get paid, I'm not going to go through all 9 right now. I'll go through them later if you want me to. One of the ways we get paid is residual income. And residual income is doing something once and getting paid for it forever. Okay, you look at people like Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson made Thriller and Beat It one time, and every time they get played, he gets paid. Okay, music artists have that in their life. Movie producers have that in their life. Wealthy people have residual income, whereas most people that I was listening to only got paid from when they clocked in and clocked out. Okay, so my parents, if your parents are 50 and still working, and you want to be 50 and still working, take every single piece of advice they have. But I don't want to be 50 and still working. I have nothing against a job, nothing against school, but that's just not for me. I'm like clocking in, clocking out. It's not for me, and that's not for you. This is something different. I didn't fit that college mold that everyone else was doing. I didn't want to be a part of that. So another way we get paid is called a frenzy bonus. A frenzy bonus is 3 friends who you introduce this opportunity to in 1 week who hop on board with you in the business. You make up to $700. Okay, 6 friends in 1 week up to $1,400. When I heard it for the first time, I did exactly what he just did. I was like, whoa. Of $1,400. That took me about 3, 4, 5 months to make it my job at Burger King. That was a lot of money to me at the time. So here I could do it in 1 week just talking to people. Holy crap, it was a no-brainer. I looked at my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever social network marketing or social network sites I had at the time, can't really remember. I looked at all those and I realized I had way more than 6 friends that want to make money, get out of their job, make residual income. And then the next way we get paid, which is also a no-brainer. Okay, the next way we get paid is when you hit the 4th rank in the company called Diamond. You get a company paid for a car every month. They pay $400 for any car with a Kelly Blue Book value of over $30,000. Every month they'll pay for it. Okay, my friend, 17 years old, drives a 320i BMW 2014 to high school. Another one of my friends, 18 years old, drives a 2012 128 to high school. Another one of my friends, she's 18 years old, drives a Mercedes SLK 250 to high school. Okay, 3 high schoolers in my area are doing it. Okay, I've seen 15, 16-year-old kids on the West Coast doing this thing. It blew up over there. There's so many people in California, Arizona, and Oregon combined. It's not funny. Out here on the West Coast, there's no one in Georgia doing it. In Georgia alone, there's less than 2,000 people. So hearing about it right now is a very good time to get in this. Right now, there's about 105,000 people in Vemma. You look at Amway. Amway has almost 5 million people in it. Avon, 3 million. Mary Kay, millions upon millions. Us not even being to 250,000, barely over 100,000. It's a no-brainer to get in this thing. So how to get started? It's very simple. There's no sign-up fees, no contracts, no long-term commitments, no membership fees. It's nothing like that. This is not a job. An application is free. That's why they tell you what you're worth. I knew I wasn't worth $750, so I wanted to stop filling in applications. Resume. I'm not going to talk about resumes, okay? But how to get started on this is very simple. All you're doing is ordering a bulk amount of this right here. When I heard about this, I was like, crap. I knew it was going to make me buy something. But what I realized was it takes money to make money in this world, and until I realized that I was going to be broke. That's why, my parents could have invested in Apple, could have invested in whatever companies that got big. Google, I'm at 25 cents a share. If they had invested in that, I probably wouldn't be living in Georgia right now. I'd be living on some exotic beach driving a Lamborghini at 16 years old when I get my license, okay? So that's a lifestyle this thing can give you if you work hard at it, okay? And it's a $500 package to buy 148 cans of these. You get 2 websites paid for, set up by the company, and you unlock all 9 ways you get paid, one being a free car. When I heard that, I was like, damn, $500 is a lot of money plus tax and shipping, which is $562. So I realized, man, that's a lot of money. That's a huge fraction of my bank account. But then I realized I'm going to spend the money anyway. Whether it was car, whether it was a watch or a jacket or whatever, we were going to spend the money anyway. Junk food, gas, partying, whatever you do, you're going to spend the money. So I realized, why not invest into myself? What you have to realize here is you are not investing into Vemma. You're not investing in Vemma at all. You're investing into yourself by buying a $500 package that starts your own business. Okay, by the IRS, you get a W-9 at the end of the year instead of a W-2. Okay, that means by the IRS, you're considered a small business owner. Okay, there's 3 ways to get wealthy in this economy. 3 ways, that's it. Okay, stocks, I know nothing about stocks. Real estate, I don't have $1 million to buy a house because the only way to get wealthy in real estate is by buying a big house first. You can't get wealthy off, renting places, okay? And then the third way is business. Okay, so being a business owner, I knew I could get wealthy that way. So I didn't have some amazing idea. I wasn't Steve Jobs. I wasn't Bill Gates and have Microsoft or Apple, stored up in my brain to drop onto the world to make billions of dollars. So I needed something like this to get involved. And since it has been crazy, it took me about 2.5 months to get out of my job. It took him less than 2 months to get out of his job. And from there, it's just turned into a crazy income. It took me about 6 months or 6.5 months or so to get car qualified by the company. And now it's just turned into a crazy income for both of us that's rising every single day. Because what I looked at Burger King. I was making $7.50 every hour. Never got paid more. Never got paid less. Nothing. Just $7.50 an hour, and that was it. I had friends that were 24 years old and working the same job for 3 years, all through college and still working, still making under $10 an hour, and maybe $15 an hour. Like, not to be rude to anyone, $15 an hour, yeah, for a high school kid, that's pretty good pay, but that's never going to retire you ever. That's $2,000 a month. That's poverty in America. Okay, so I looked at those people doing that. I looked at my neighbor. My neighbor's 24 years old, got a bachelor's degree from Georgia Tech, works 3 part-time jobs, and still lives at home with his parents. Okay, 24 years old, working 3 part-time jobs with a 4-year degree from Georgia Tech University, like the University of Georgia Tech, like a D1 engineering school. Okay, living at home. I didn't want to follow that statistic. I didn't want to do anything like that, so I got involved immediately, and from there, it's just been crazy. It's turned into teams. I've got teams in other countries. 8 or 9 different states now, but what you have to understand is if you do this thing, you can do it too. I'm no better than you. Jay's no better than you. We're all just regular people that with above average goals and dreams. You heard about this thing before you. That's the only difference. If you get involved now, you can make a whole lot of money. The person that is telling you about this can help you make a whole lot of money. As will me and him, we will be traveling all around. We will help you out. We will teach you how to do everything that made us become successful because we learned from people like Chris Bogdan making a 6-figure income at 24 years old. Then you got Jed Wanaloo's about to hit star ambassador in the next couple months was over $500,000 a year, and he's 25 years old, but doing it a little over 3 years. You got people like Luke Kish making over $250,000 a year. You got people like Alex Morton making over $1 million a year residually. Brad Alcazan, his biggest week ever was $155,000 in 1 week. Most people's parents don't make that in a year combined. Okay, 1 week he made that. So obviously he's 27 years old, but doing it for 5.5, 6 years, making that much money. Obviously, this is something you gotta get into if you want to make a whole lot of money. I can name you story after story after story of success. Another one, Alistair Kaluza, making 6 figures in this business, same time as Chris Bogdan, about 3 years. I can give you story after story, but that doesn't matter. The point is that it's working. There's nothing you can argue with. It's already happened on the West Coast. It exploded over there. It's coming over here. So there's nothing you can say to argue against it. You can hop on or watch this thing happen because it's easier to get on the train when it just starts rolling than after it's already going 150 miles an hour. So you want to get on this thing now and let us work with you. Let us teach you how to go. It takes about 1,200 orders in your network to be making a 6-figure income. Okay, what it does, you order a $500 package one time. You only ever order that one time. Then every month you have to restock your product. Okay, it's just like McDonald's, just like Zaxby's, just like anywhere else. It costs $800,000 to start a Starbucks. It costs $1.7 million to start a McDonald's. Okay, the average traditional American business costs between $50,000 and $100,000 to open with buildings and all that stuff. We have none of that stuff. All you do is order a product every single month. What our company says, you order our products every month. and we'll pay you every week. Now, something I got excited about. It's not $500 a month. It's $160 for 2 cases of this. But we have something called a customer loyalty program. Okay, you get 3 customers who order the same amount of products you every month, or 50, or 10 million, however many you want to get. Okay, but you get at least 3, ordering $120 worth of product a month, and you are going to get your product for free every single month. So all you have to ever do is pay that $500 one time, and you got a free business forever and ever, not to mention your profit. So that just makes sense. Obviously, it's something I want to get involved in immediately, so that's what I did. And then from there, it's turned into something that now I've been able to help a lot of people out, and there's people that in my network that have been helping people out. But if you get in this thing now, we're going to teach you how to do everything. And with that, just get back with the person that you're with today, and I'll let Jay just give it off. Thank you, guys. Go ahead, Jay.
Guys, real quick, if you ever have any kind of questions or concerns at all, you can definitely call us, text us, email us, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. On every single thing, every social media I have is Jay Locklair, JayLockklair. My phone number is 706-768-0281, 706-768-0281. So if you have any kind of questions or concerns, or you just want to talk about anything at all, and then message me, text me, call me, whatever, and I'm sure Nick can give you his too.
Me too. Everything on social network is _Nick_Porter_, same thing. Type in Nick Porter, it's there. And then my number is 678-227-4719, 678-227-4719. We got a Facebook group that you'll be added to. We're going to train you. This is all about training. This is not we get you on board and then run you out into the world. It's nothing like that. We're going to teach you how to do everything that we've been taught. And because this is a huge team, it's a huge family thing. We're running at Las Vegas. Soon, travel all around the world. Every time you travel somewhere, your hotel's going to be paid for. All you got to do is get out there. Every time there's a business convention, that's another cool thing that we have going on here. But with that, I think that'll be all. Just get back with the person that invited you, get your questions answered, and get started. Don't tell your person you got to think about it. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, thinking about it. Because thinking about it, like you thinking, is what got you where you are today. So if you're not a multimillionaire, don't take advice from yourself. That's what I realized. I was like, man, my bank account has a couple $1,000s in it. I'm not going to take advice from my broke self. I'm going to listen to people making a lot of money. So that's what I did. So don't tell the person. You got to think about it. Give them a yes or no. You've been given enough information where you can decide today if you're going to do this thing or not. So do that. Get back with the person you invited. And I hope to see you around. And I hope everybody that sees this video gets really wealthy. And I'll see you guys later.
Let's go.